All right. Well, I'll be asking you a few questions on your times living in C Street in Los Banos, California. Is that all right with you?
That's fine.
Okay, first off, how was it living in a trailer park?
I didn't see it at first as a trailer park. I seen it as our home because it was our home. We weren't renting. My dad bought it for me, so it was a roof and a home for me and my kids, my family, my husband. It wasn't it wasn't bad for me. I mean, I didn't see the trailer park as a bad thing or anything of a lower standard because our trailer before we actually moved in, I had to make sure that the inside we redid. We painted almost the entire inside. We got it suitable, was comfortable for you and your sister and me and your dad. And from the outside, it didn't look very, like it was much, but when you walked in, it looked very nice. When we first moved to the, when we first went to move into the trailer park, and then when you were gonna start school, I did have an issue with it because I grew up on the other side of town, which was across the tracks, and now you guys were gonna start school, and you were gonna go to school that was, when I was younger, the bad school because it was across the tracks.
So, can you elaborate more on what it means to live on the other side of the tracks?
Well, back then it was more lower class families. That school wasn't. It was bullies. They were, because they were lower class stuff. There were a lot of the kids were mean. Aside to where I grew up on this side, on the other side of the tracks, where they weren't bullies. They were more white, I guess, upper class, middle class, and we were right there, right across the tracks.
What do you remember about the liquor store down the street?
I remember that we went there very, very, very often. Actually, it wasn't really a liquor store. It was the closest convenience store for us. And at times we didn't have a car. A lot of the times we didn't have a vehicle, so it was easy to walk, get what we needed. When you started getting older, I would let you go walk to the store, but not by yourself. When we come home from school, I remember we'd stop there, get something cool to drink, but we knew the the owners very well, to where I could just send you in there by yourself. That's how well we knew them. But it was a liquor store, so in the evenings it would get a little sketchy with certain people being around it, and then you guys being small. It wasn't a good place to be by yourself.
Were you ever worried about your kids when we were at the flea market or the fairgrounds across the street? And if so, why?
Well, I worried about you anywhere you were at, but the flea market at first not too much because I could actually see where we lived. I could see you where you were walking. If I went outside, I could find you. You had friends that had a stand there. The family had a stand there, so when you would go, I knew you were with an adult or family member that they were watching you, and you could still be a kid running around. As it would get darker, then yeah, I would worry because then you got older and you started hanging out with different kind of people per se. Um, it's always dangerous because there's a diversity of people there and things that they do. They weren't all just there to go buy stuff from the flea market. My biggest fear all the time was just somebody picking on you, somebody hurting you, or so yeah, I would go outside all the time and I would find you. I just had to look across the street.
How was it having a family member live just down the street from our house?
The family member that we had was your dad's great aunt, and it was a good thing because that's when we started giving you a little more independence. You started riding your scooter or your bike to school, which was only exactly just straight down the street, and where you would leave your bike at her house because it was okay, and then you'd go to school, going through the gate, and it also helped because if we weren't home for for a little bit when you got out of school, I would just call and you would stay there, and then we would pick you up from there. So it was very helpful and comforting that she was there.
What do you remember about the fire that happened in our shed?
It started at like about 12:45, 1 in the morning. I remember your dad saying, "Get the kids out now," just trying to get you guys out safely and not trying to scare you.
What about the fire department? What do you remember about the fire
It
department?
took so long to get there.
Do you remember which fire department came to our house?
The one clear across the other side of town.
Not the one
Not
right
the
next to
one
us.
down the street. No, we had a fire station right down the street. Not even what 3 houses down probably. And the one that came was clear across town. So it took like 15 minutes. And I remember your dad trying to save the house because it was the shed that was burning, and he with the water hose he's trying to keep it from burning the rest of the house. And the cops or a couple of the police officers held him, got both one arm, the other one got the other arm, trying to hold him down or trying to get him to stop watering the house down. And I also remember when the police got there, they weren't very much help. I don't know if it's because where we lived, but you guys were in pajamas. They didn't ever offer you guys to go sit in the car, being scared and stuff. That's because you were. You guys were cold, and no blanket, nothing, no kind of comfort. Until my dad came, he's the one that took you guys to his car. But I remember they did have to block off the whole block because of the gas. There's big gas lines, and they're afraid they might go up.
Would you ever want to go back to live at the trailer park?
Now, no. Only because that was our past. And our trailer's not there anymore. It was condemned. Because in time, things started not working right. Wiring, started not to work in the house.
So pretty much the infrastructure, the house itself just started.
Yeah. And it wasn't suitable for living anymore.
How has the street shaped us into the people we are today?
I don't know if it was the street that shaped us into the people that we are today, but I do know that I'm thankful for when we lived there having a home, because it was our home. We had a roof over our head, and I think it has made us humble in a lot of ways, because you're very humble. I'm humble. But I don't think it was so much the street. I think it was maybe the experiences, maybe the love and the different things we went through that we instilled in you, me and your dad. That no matter where you were raised or how you were raised, that you still were equal to the other kids, and the person that you are today. I think it wasn't so much the street; it was just what we instilled in you. That we did live in a trailer, but didn't make us trailer trash, how they put it, because you were one of the top students in the school all the time. You may have not been rich, but you were always dressed. You were always properly dressed.
Pretty much, despite where people say we came from, we had everything we needed.
More or less, yeah. I mean, as parents, we try to give you the childhood to see that you can do anything that you want to. You put your mind to, you put your heart, or if it's something hard work, you put hard work and you come out doing what you want to do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.